Hey, this is Steve coming to you from Florida today. If you have interest in installing a Lagun table in your Travato K or KL, you may want to watch this. Now, this is not going to apply to, what is it, about a 2022 and newer. I think they already come with the Lagun table. But if you got something older than that, and the majority of us Travato owners have something older than that, you may want to watch this. I began filming this video back when we lived in Pennsylvania, back when I was still working full-time, not long after we got the Travato. There was so much footage. Kelly was willing to help, and so it just became so overwhelming. But I've had a few questions lately about the Lagun table, and so I made a commitment to one of our subscribers. Tracy, thanks for pushing me. I put this thing together. I hope I didn't cut out too much. Hope I didn't leave in too much. Here we go. Step one is to test everything before you install. So what I did first, used a piece of scrap plywood. The noise is coming from over there.
Gotta fill up the M&M stash.
Then we mounted it using quick grip clamps, just like that. And then you can put on your devices, put it all together here. But then we sat here together and we played with the table, just to make sure that this was going to be about the right size of tabletop, number one, and then number two, the right position. So once we did that, we were ready to get a piece of plywood and make a better template. 18 by 34 inches, and use this square to draw a straight line, then put masking tape on it to minimize the splintering. Now we're going to cut it. Okay, so now I'm marking a line right up the center. So I measured 9 inches from this edge to here, and I did the same on the other end. So I'm going to measure 4.5 from this end. Or we could put some screws in it, but there's not a lot. Putting screws in it, there's not a lot of meat there.
We've been down that road before with
stuff. I think I'm just going to use duct tape.
Duct tape.
Like that. Duct tape. Oh,
No.
that duck's sick. That is a sick duck. And wearing gloves because there are splinters. Although this doesn't weigh a lot, we got really lousy duct tape, so it's, if I let this, it'll come untaped. So here we go. Let's see. Let's look back here. Oh my, yeah, that's not so hot. Well, it's about the same on both of them. So I do have it mounted in a but it'll clear here, and then if we have somebody sitting here, we can pull the table in, turn it, turn this chair just a wee bit, and we can both eat off the same table, which is something that I have wanted for us to be able to do for a while. I like to share. And even more importantly is I have a bigger area on which I can work. With the airline table, I've got just enough room for my laptop, and that's about it. This gives me room for the laptop, as well as I can put my notepad here and take notes as I need. We'll mark some holes where we want to drill, and this will become our template for the actual top. I mounted the Lagun bracket to a 1x. I used the piece of teak simply to give me a little bit of extra thickness, a little bit more distance away from this guy, so that this handle up here in the low position wouldn't be hitting this furniture. The final decision was made to mount this bracket onto the tabletop parallel sides rather than at a 45-degree angle. And the reason for doing that was stability. When this was at a 45-degree angle, the top was not nearly as stable as it is now. Took a little bit of experimentation, but you can rest assured this is much more stable than at an angle. I did round the corners off up on the passenger side of the table just to make it look a little bit nicer, and it turns much more easily. And you can see how well it fits on here. This has become the position in which we place the table when we're dining, if we're both eating at the same time. A lot of times Kelly will just sit here on the corner of her bed, put her stuff here. That originated back when we used to have a TV. Now, if we're using the same table, she'll sit here on the bed, and she'll use a small folding stool to put her feet on, which makes it a lot more comfortable for her. At night, we'll just back this chair up, store on the chair whatever the things are we're going to store, and we do typically close this curtain, whether it's cool or hot, because it's easier to control the climate in this small area than it is trying to involve the cab in the bathroom. And then we can just turn the table, push it in that direction. It helps to keep the curtains closed, and it makes a great place to put clothes for in the morning. And when we're ready to go, we store it back underneath here on the passenger side bed in the same location that the original Travato K table is normally stored. This is how we prepare it for storage. I always mount the passenger side of the table to the back of the van, and I always have this arm in the upright position so that as either one of us walks down the aisleway, we don't inadvertently stub our foot on this thing. When you see where it ends up, you'll understand better. So you can see the latch works well. There's the block down there next to the original block for the much larger table. And then we use the block that was on this end as well. It stays here without any problem. And it will ride there down some of the roughest roads you can imagine. Just a short turn around this corner, and with this guy down close to the floor, it becomes real easy to stub your toes. Also, the little step stool Kelly uses, look at this. Stores right behind that arm. That's it for today. Hope you got something out of this video, if nothing but a chuckle. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you've not yet subscribed, please do so. You know, by subscribing, you can click that little notification bell, and you'll be notified anytime we post a new video. Hey, y'all take care. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.